Hey guys, welcome to the fifth and final pickup video. This is just the last bits that haven't been featured in the other pickup videos. It's all the bits that I picked up along the way, in between, all these uploads and all that kind of stuff. So, guess I don't really need to rabbit on. Let's get on with it. So first of all, we've got one that I did actually share this on my Instagram, but I've not shared this on YouTube. This was the last of our Elite 94 edges. I don't know what happened to these. We had like 20 of them, and I was like, yeah, I'll get that when it's a tenner. And then all of a sudden they were all gone, and this was the only one left. And there is actually some sort of paint damage to the R on his crotch, and there's some black marks on there as well. I probably wouldn't have picked this one up if I had picked it up sooner. But yeah, I got this for £15. I might not use this. I just didn't want to rule out the possibilities of, the usual go-to rated RKO business with the white and red Randy. DSW doesn't have a lot of tag teams, so, it's ever possible that is something we're going to do. But, yep, Elite 94 Edge. There we go. Next up is something I picked up for my Lanard Toys Predator collection. Speaking of, I'm still waiting for the transparent one to come back in stock. Getting a bit edgy, but I didn't risk this one going out of stock. I picked this up when it was about to go, and this was £6 minus my discount, obviously. It's the City Hunter from Predator 2. It's a really cool figure, but the thing I don't understand is there's like a notch on his leg, and obviously it's to put the disc on his leg, but when the disc is not on his leg, it's just a massive notch sticking out the side of his leg. And as you can see from like the grooves and stuff, it's very weird, I guess, but these figures are very cheap. I think that the quality of the mask is really good for how cheap the figure is. I don't think the paint really shows up so well in, like the detail, the little nicks and stuff on the mask. I don't think that really shows up too well on the video. But yeah, it's another one for the Predator collection. And as is always the case, I can't pick up a Predator without picking up an Alien. And there was a whole big thing earlier this year with the white alien drone, the white Xenomorph drone. We had two on the clearance table for ages, and I should have picked one up then, and then I didn't. They went out of stock. It was a whole big thing. So when the red one, which I'm not a massive fan of, went on to £5 clearance, I thought I'd better pick it up. So here we go. Xenomorph drone. Again, £5 minus my discount. Of all the aliens with bright whatever colour, this is probably my least favourite. I don't like the bright red, but, I thought it was worth picking up nonetheless. It's part of the collection. We'll see what happens with these aliens as we go along. The next thing we've got is a pop figure. I've had my eye on this the whole time I've been working at the toy shop. I was kind of thinking, like, maybe it's time to just bite the bullet and buy it. I wasn't convinced on the price, you see. And then shortly after that, I discovered that you could get them in Forbidden Planet, but forbiddenplanet.com rather than international, for a tenner. And I thought, that is much more what I want to pay, but the closest ones of those to me are Newcastle and then Manchester and so on. So what were the chances that I was going to happen to have a trip down to either of those places? And then I just happened to be doing the pop figure clearances shortly after I was looking into it, and who should pop up but Pharaoh Atem, clearance stock £15. So I just went ahead and bought the best condition one. Then we got our discount on that, so it's more like $13.50. And it reminded me that I did plan to buy all the Yu-Gi-Oh pop figures at one point. It's probably a good thing I didn't because I don't have the space for it. But this is really nice, and I'm glad to have picked this up. I'm really feeling my Yu-Gi-Oh merchandise lately. For better or worse, again, we don't really have the space for it. But I'm glad we picked this up nonetheless. And, yeah, I'm glad I just bought it straight away on my lunch, because the others, they had, like, damaged boxes and stuff. I'm glad I just took this one, really. The card was actually, it still is a little bit, like, bent back inside. So I kind of had to reach in and sort that out. But other than that, great condition. And the last thing I have left to share is something I picked up quite recently. This is something I was wanting to buy for one of our managers when I saw it on Instagram. And it's an 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth Hot Wheels. Now, my manager Glenn has one of these in white. The actual car, I mean. So I was keeping my eye on the Hot Wheels for when these came in, and then a customer bought some, and there was an RS200 in there, Ford RS200, and I was like, ooh, do we have them yet? And I went and looked in the box, and yes, we did. And I went to Glenn, I said, is it alright if it's in red? And he said, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, it's in, I've been waiting to buy you one of these, but it's in red. And then we went and had a look. We found another one. We found another RS200, which he took. And he then insisted on buying it for himself, which is fair enough. He makes more money than I do. So I thought, you know what? Since I was going to spend the money anyway, why don't I treat myself to a little Sierra Cosworth? So that's the story behind that. I don't know whether we'll be opening that on DSW Garage at any time, or whether that's just going to stay in there. I kind of do like Hot Wheels in the packaging, to be honest. But I think that more or less draws us to close on everything I had left to share with you guys that I've picked up. If you haven't seen the other pickup videos, you can check out the playlist at the end. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Merry Christmas! And I do have a Christmas special planned, and hopefully I'll have time to get that out, but I am working every day until Christmas Day, so we'll see what happens. Either way, thank you guys for joining me, and see you later.